Hi guys, welcome back to Silent Studios once again. This is your man Git K, and in today's video we are going to design an Easterflyer in Photoshop. Alright, but before we get to the video, please kindly subscribe to my channel if you are new here and turn on the notification button so as you get notified when I post any video. Alright, so without wasting much time, let's jump in.
Okay, so we go with the 6x6 inches, resolution 300 and RGB color mode, and then we create. So now we have our workspace. Let's quickly set up our guidelines. So we come to view. I won't be wasting much time there. If you follow my videos, you're going to know how I go about setting my guidelines. Or you can look through here and then set save. Okay, so let's lock it so we don't make a mistake while dragging it. Alright, so now let's bring in our background. So we come to adjustments panel and then go for gradients. So with the gradients, I have the codes and everything in the guide, but I've saved mine as a preset. So this is it. I click on it and then I make a little changes here. So we are going to change this to radial and we reverse it. We want this at this side rather, and reverse it, and then we set the scale to 122. Yes, make sure the angle is at 90 degrees and then click OK. So with this, we are going to bring in our image, which is the cross Bible. Yes, so we'll extend it a little. Yes, and then we move it up. Alright, so we are going to change the blending mode for this image, and also we are going to get rid of this sharp edge. So we come here to blending mode and then we change it to multiply, and then we create, for us to take off this sharp edge, we have to create a layer mask for this. So we come here then click on layer mask, and then we go in for our gradient tool so as we can get rid of the sharp edge. So we just click G on your keyboard and then we change the gradient mode to transparency, and we make sure our foreground color is at black. Then we drag from down to the top. Okay, we are going to bring in our second image too as well, which is the crown tones. We are going to extend this too, and we place it down below. So we are going to repeat the same process as we did for this. So we change the blending mode to multiply and we create a layer mask so that we can get the smooth edges. So we press Z on our keyboard and then we drag. This time around, I'm going to drag from the top to the down. So this way, to a point you are not seeing this sharp edge. Yes, so we keep doing it to a point you don't see it anymore. Okay, this is good, but you know this side does not look good that way, so we are going to bring in a rectangle here. Yes, but before then, let's add one more background effect. So we are going to apply the cloth background on it, and we extend this to both edges. Okay, so now we have it. Let's change the blending mode to multiply too as well. But this time around, we are going to duplicate the cloth background 4 times. But because we have this already, we are going to duplicate it 3 times. So Control J on your keyboard. Yes, and then you can have, or you can see the filling of the cloth effect. So we are going to group this as the background. So you hold shift and then you click, then you have it. And we group, then we name it BG as the background. Okay, so now let's bring in our rectangle. We make sure it's a rectangle, not a circle, and the color is white, and then we draw here. Yes. So with this, I'm going to input some figures in, so as you can get an accurate rectangle. So you can also look through and type in the same thing. Alright. We are going to duplicate this 2 good times so that we can have one at the edge here or at the bottom. So Control G to duplicate, and then we drag it. You hold shift to drag in the same way. Yes. I'll adjust this a little. Yes. But for this, I want to apply an organic vector background on it. So I don't want it to look all plain. Yes. Extend this a little. And then we change the blending option to multiply. And after that, we are going to clip mask into this rectangle. You can hold Alt and then you click in between these 2 layers, or you right click, and then because we've done it, it's telling us to release it, which we don't want that one. So we're going to lower the opacity of the organic vector background to a point it fades on the rectangle. So I think 15 will work. Yes. Let me rather input it 15 and let's see. Okay, so when you zoom through, you're going to see, yes, it's faded. So we are going to apply that same thing for this one too as well. So we duplicate, Ctrl plus G, and then move this up, and then we clip mask 2 as well. So I'm going to use the second method rather, so as you can see. So create clipping mask, and then we have it. Yes, so you can choose to use the Alt procedure, or you right click and then you have it. Okay, so let's drag it all the way here. Yes. So when you zoom through this one too, you can see it. Alright, so let's group this as rectangle. Let me just REC. Okay, so now let's bring in our pastor, our man of God, to be precise. Yes, so we are going to extend the image and then replace him here. Okay, so with this I'm going to apply a black and white effect on him. Yes, so we come to adjustment panel and then select black and white, and we click mask so as it does not get affected by the whole project. So we click mask this, and then we make sure we drag the shadows to a point we can have the shadows on his face. Yes, and then we leave the highlights to be the same, but I want to add a little bit of clarity to the image. So you go to filter and then camera raw, so as you can add the clarity. So now our camera raw panel has opened. Let's move to clarity, then we drag it all the way to 100% plus, and then the contrast too as well, a little of the contrast. So when we check the before and after, we can see there are changes in it, and then we press OK. Yes, so when we switch from before and after, we're going to see that this is what we applied on the image. Yes, and it looks sharp than first. So let's group these two as the image or pasta. Let's name it pasta. So for grouping, you can just press Ctrl plus G, or you come down here and then you group. Then we name it pasta. Yes. So now we are left with our typing or our write-ups. So let's bring in our logo, which is the church logo. And then we reduce the size to a point we feel it's okay. Yes. And we give it a center alignment. And then we change the color. The logo is in a black form, so we have to change the color to white. So we come to our effect panel and then go to color overlay. And then we change it to white. So the color code and everything is in the guide here. Yes, color code for white. And then we press OK. Then we are going to type in our presents. So with this, you can see the church name here. Christ Disciples Worship Center, Accra, presents Easter Convention. Yes, Easter Convention 2022. Yes. So let's type in our present. So you can press T on your keyboard to have your type tool, or you come all the way here to select it. So let's type in our present. It should be in caps lock. Yes, present. And then we change the font to Montserrat. Yes. We have Montserrat here. Alright, so now let's check the guide so as we can get the size and everything. So font name for present is Montserrat, and then the size is 8 pt and the horizontal spacing is 1000. Okay, so select 8 and the horizontal spacing is 1000. And make sure we change it to light, and then we select bold. Yes, then we give it a center alignment, then move it all the way up. Yes, this is looking good. Now let's type in our Easter convention. So when you look through our navigator, it's looking good. Okay, but I want to move it to a point the logo and everything is touching this grid line. So let me group this. Just name it logo. So we can move it easily. Yes. Okay, so now let's type in our Easter convention. I'll later adjust this image. It looks all big. Yes. So type our Easter convention. For the Easter convention, I'm going to type it in separate ways. Yes, because of the effects that's going to be applied on it. So I'm going to type Easter. Yes. And then we type another one for convention. Yes, we have it. So now let's make changes to the Easter convention layer or the text. So we are going to change the font for Easter, which is Monia Alicante. Yes, everything is in the guide, so as it becomes easy for you whilst replicating. Yes, so Monia Alicante. And then we make changes here. -25. So we can check the size and everything here. This is it. 104.88. You are going to copy it and then we paste it there so as we can have the accurate size. Yes, we have it. And the horizontal spacing is -25. Yes, so we are going to place this here. You can check for the convention too as well. So for the convention is 34.96 pt. We copy it, and the horizontal spacing is 200. Yes, so let me place this at the center. Yes, Monia Alicante, same font. So we don't want it to be bold. Yes. And then the size, I'm going to paste in the size as we copied from the guide. Then we press OK. And then we change the horizontal spacing to 200. Yes. Then I give it a center alignment. Let's move it a bit down. Yes. Let me align it well with the Easter text. Okay, this is good. I want to adjust my pasta image. So Ctrl+T to transform. And we reduce it a little. Okay, this is good. Alright, so with this, you are going to group these two layers as one group. So we click on it and then we hold our shift or control to select the two and then group it. So let's name it Easter. Short form, yes. So with this, I'll be typing in the 22 here. So I'm going to create a circle in this portion. So we go to our shape tool and we select ellipse tool. For a perfect circle, you just have to hold your shift and then you drag it to a point you feel it's okay. Yes. Then we place it here. Okay, I think I'll extend it a little. It looks too small. So let's adjust it. Okay, this is good. But before we can cut out the selection from this font for the Easter convention, you have to create a layer mask. And then we hold Control to get the selection for this circle. And then we click on the circle layer or the ellipse layer. And then we come to select and then modify, select expand at a pixel of 10 pixels, and then we click OK. Then we go for our brush tool. Press B on your keyboard to have it. Make sure it's a hard brush or the hardness is at 100% and the foreground color is at black. Then we clean. Then we have it. Okay, so with this I'm going to apply a gradient for this circle. So I have the gradient codes and everything in the guide. This is it. You can look through and then apply it. But I've saved mine as a preset, a gradient preset. So we come to the effect panel and then go to gradient overlay. And this is it. Yes. We click OK. So now we are going to type in our 22. Let's type in our 22. Yes. You change the font and the font size for the 22. So the font is Akira Jimbo. Yes. This is it. Let's check the size too here. So the size is 22. Yes. Alright. So I have to reduce it. 22. And then we have it. We are going to cut out this 22 from the circle. Yes. So let me increase this a bit. Or we can just load the selection so we can have a nice alignment for the 22 text. So we select it and then we give it a center alignment. Okay. So now let's create a layer mask for the circle so as you can cut the 22 from it. So we give it a layer mask. And then we hold Control or Command if you are using a Mac. And then click here. And then we up or we toggle the eye for the 22 layer. And then go for our brush again so as you can clean easily with the same settings, and then we clean. There we have it. Okay, so we have our Easter convention. Nice. I think I'll group this as one for easy movement, and then I'll just name it Easter. Yes, let's give it a center alignment. I'll have to adjust it a little. Yes. Okay, so we are going to type in our other text, which is the theme and the location and time and everything. So the theme is remember me when you get into your kingdom. So go for our text tool, and then we type in theme. I'm going to change the font for the theme. So everything is here. The color code too as well. So the color code is dark red. Then we have it here. So let's copy it. So we are going to paste it here. Paste. There we have it. Then we change the font to Australia. Yes, it's a stylish font. Yes, and then we change the font size. The font size is 48 with the spacing of -25. 48. Yes, I forgot to add the semicolon, so let's add it. Yes, and then we place it at the edge of this grid line, and then we type in remember me when you get into your kingdom. Yeah, so text tool again. I have it here. I think I'll just copy it. Remember me. Yes, Control V. Then I have it. I'm going to change the font and everything for the remember me. So that one too is a Montserrat font. Yes, and then let's check in for the size. The size is 25 with a spacing of 10. Montserrat. So for the Montserrat, it's a medium. Yes, not 10. Medium, and then we have it. And the font size is 25. 25. With a spacing of 20. Yes, you can look through here to get it if you are right. Alright, with a spacing of 10 rather. So we just give it 10. Yes, and then we type there when you get into your kingdom too. So I'll just think I'll duplicate this. So for the when you get into your kingdom, I'll just copy it and paste it. Okay, so Control A to select all, and then Control V to paste. Yes, I'm going to change the font size for this one too as well. So the font size and everything is here. The font size is 10, the horizontal spacing of 18. Yes, #18. Okay, we have it. So let's try and align it with the remember me. Yes, we have it. So move it a bit up. Then we select and then move it to the edge of the theme. Yes, this side. So made a mistake. I've rather selected a theme. Yes, and then we move this to the edge. You can use our arrow if you are finding difficult. Yes, this is nice. So I'm going to group the theme and everything so as for easy movement. I'll type in the quotation too as well. So it's Luke chapter, it's in the guide, so you can just go and copy it. Okay. Copied. I'll duplicate this since they are the same. Then move it up here. I'm going to drag it down. Yes. And then select and I paste. Okay, so I'm going to make changes to this one too. So we're going to select 10 text for this one. So instead of medium, I'm going to select, light rather. So I'm giving it a light font. Yes. And then we place it at the edge. Yes, this is looking good. Okay, so let me group this and name it the theme. Yeah. Okay. Let me add one more grid line to it. Yes. So I'll be drawing a line here so as to separate the theme from the venue and everything. So rectangular tool, just to draw a thin line. Change our color. And we set the height to 3 pixels. Yes, we have it. Then we move it all the way down. Okay, so after typing our theme, let's bring in our venue, date, and then time too as well. But for the sake of saving time, I just save it as a PNG so as we can move faster. Yes. And let's adjust it. Yes. Okay, so let's group this. So we hold our shift and then click on theme. Then we group it. So we are going to align this very well in the rectangle. So we go for our rectangular marquee tool. So with the aid of the grid lines, we are going to just start from here. And then when you hit this point, we stop. Yes. And then we give it an alignment, a center alignment. Yes, this is nice. Okay, so right now, let's bring in our pastor's name. I've also saved that one too as a PNG. I would like to rename this as theme. Let's name it theme. And then let me bring in our pastor's name. So his name is Pastor David Owusu. Yes. So with this, I'm going to adjust the pastor and this whole rectangle here. Yes, so I'll pasta layer, then bring in here, rectangle 2. Yes, so I'm going to align this. Yes, rectangle 2. Yes, so let's adjust the pasta to a bit. Okay, this is nice. Yes, and we are almost done. So let's type in our anticipate. So for the font name for anticipate is autograph. Yes, so anticipate. Yes, and with that I'm going to give it a stylish font, and then we change the color for it too as well. So autograph. Yes, there we have it. I've placed the font and everything in the resource file, so you can download it and then install it in your PC. So now let's check the size for the anticipate. Okay, to be here. Yes, photograph, and the size is 30 pt. So let's input it 30. Yes, so with this I'm going to align it well in the middle here. So I'm going to select our regular rectangular marquee tool, and then we drag from here to this point, and then we give it a center alignment. Yes, this is looking good. So let me bring in my powered by Silent Studios. Yes, and then we have it. Okay, so I think we have our project done. Yes, let's look through our navigator. Okay, so with this project I don't think it needs any contrast or brightness. This already looking good. Alright, so this is what I have for you guys today. I'll be coming with more and more videos. Please kindly stay tuned, and if you are new here, please hit the subscription button and turn on the notification bell so as to get notified when I post any video. Alright, and also you can check out the videos on my channel too as well. Alright, so this is your man Git K, and I'm out.